I'm Sue Hausmann.
And I'm Janie Lantz.
Have you ever wanted to make a special gift for someone really special in your life?
Yes.
Well, we have an idea for you. And it's done, of course, in the beautiful new 5D QuiltDesign Creator. And once I saw the quilt block wizard, I thought, wow, perfect to make a gift for my aunt who was turning 90. And what do you get someone who's turning 90? But this would be perfect for any special occasion, new baby, whatever. But what made me think of it was, Jeannie, this was the invitation. Okay, so here was the little invitation that came in the mail. And I went, oh, that would be such a cute quilt block.
Yes.
So I printed that and my aunt's picture on printable fabric. Now, most of our viewers probably know about printable fabric, but you want to be sure to use an inkjet printer, and you do get this at your sewing store. And you put it into your inkjet printer or your copier. In my case, I have one of those all-in-ones, and I just copied it onto the fabric. But we suggest that you try it first on paper in black and white draft quality, because then you know that what it's going to look like and that it's the right size and everything. So I did it first in black and white, and it was what I wanted. So then I went to best quality and printed it onto the actual printer paper. And I think you all know that on the back of all of these, there is a paper backing that pulls it through the printer, and you do remove that. And you do set this. If you think it's going to be washed, you want to set it in water. Read the directions on the package. But I suggest instead of pulling from the corner like this, move over to the center and pull off that backing on grain. You'll have less distortion with your pictures and your things that you've pulled off. So I printed the first block, and I printed the second block, and then I knew my aunt's friends were having this party because I got an invitation, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if they could all sign her little birthday quilt at her party? And so that's what we did. We had her sign, we made a block. Let me show you how easy that is.
Well, how did you get those lines in there?
Well, wait till you see. Simply go into your 5D QuiltDesign Creator and say that you'd like to start a new quilt block. And of course, that's in the quilt block wizard, which is such a wonderful part of this new program. And the shape wouldn't be square because it's going to be printed on 8.5 by 11 sheets of fabric, which are like paper sheets. So in this case, the A width is 8.5, so I just went in and changed the size. I mean, that easily. Just tell it how big you want your rectangle to be. So first I select rectangle. There we go. Now, I'd like to do a filled quilt block. There's all these different wizard blocks that you can make. It's so easy. But I would like to do a filled quilt block with a center shape. And I know, Janie, there's over 50 shapes, but what better shape for someone you love for a special gift but a heart? And I chose kind of a fat one so that I could write something. I made it a little bit bigger and a little bit fatter, and then there we see the block. However, I was thinking I want them to sign outside this heart. So I went into some of the different fills. I mean, this is truly amazing. You can just click, 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 and I realized that, of course, horizontal lines, like on notebook paper, would be the one you'd want to choose, and that's how easy it is. So now it's finished. Well, we want to write something nice inside the center of our heart. So we'll go to the text. I mean, this is so easy. And I've already got happy birthday typed in there, and we might want to go happy birthday, Aunt Lee, whatever you want to say, and say, okay, and now we have it. And simply right-click, select it, and move it into where you'd like to have it. Make it the size you can pull it, and my block is done. And just stitch it out. So, as you can see, the first thing I did, I wanted to be sure that it was what I wanted. And is it 8.5 by 11? Sure enough, look at that. So I simply clicked print. I love that. And the fact is, I went to File Print and just printed it out, and that gives me my actual size template. Once I knew it was what I want, I exported it as an embroidery design because I was doing this on an embroidery machine. Many of you will be doing this on an embroidery machine, but some of you may want to do this on your frame, and that's great too.
Would be.
So simply embroider that block and make your quilt. I mean, that's how easy it is. Now, the batting is one of the thinner type battings and fusible. That would be working great for a wall hanging. So I thought you might like to know that. And then I did put some iron on. It's actually a fusible cutaway stabilizer on the back of the blocks, just to give them a little bit more stability in a wall hanging. But once I had this all put together, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to quilt this border with happy birthday in this case? I mean, if it was a different occasion, obviously you could do a fancy border or whatever you want. So now I go right back in the program, this beautiful QuiltDesign Creator 5D, and I say I would like to start a new work area, because this is really an area that's a little different than a block. And I say next, and now I put in the size, and I finished my quilt and then measured my border. That's how I knew what size I wanted to make it. It was that easy. And then again went to text and went over, and in this case I just wanted it to be happy birthday. And I tried a couple of different, now it's really small here. We're going to go back and we're going to select this and make it as big as we'd like, and we can click and drag. You mentioned another tip for us.
Oh, if you want to keep it proportional, hold down the control key.
Sure, but the great thing is you know the size. You'll know what you're doing because look at, you have the ruler as to how big it is. Isn't that great?
It is.
So I tried a couple of different fonts, and what that allowed me to do was just see how the color of thread was going to show up and how the different fonts looked, and then chose the one that you're seeing. There's 30 different fonts to choose from, and stitched it out in a brighter gold, and there you see happy birthday all around the edges of this gift that no one else is going to give, and that everyone can participate in at the event because they can all sign it and put their personal wishes on it. You know, of course, not just for birthdays. How about a wedding or an anniversary? Here's a wedding invitation that I'm currently working on, and it was kind of a different invitation, a picture of the bride and groom, and it was a square shape, so I cut it apart and printed it on the printable fabric. And then you had a great suggestion, Janie.
Well, on the back of this card,
here it is, right here on the printable fabric.
Right, a little flower. And we could take that little flower, there's a flower very close to it in our software, and create that crosshatch center with our crosshatch fill.
Or we could create the exact same flower.
We could.
Whatever we'd like to
Absolutely.
do to put blocks onto that design. And then, of course, for our frame friends, the people who have the quilting frames and actually a long arm machine, this is a 50th anniversary, golden wedding anniversary. The same year we celebrated ours.
Oh, how
and
lovely.
we did get a 50th wedding anniversary quilt from our family, from our daughter. And it's the most prized possession I think we have. And so I would suggest that this would be a wonderful way to commemorate someone's special anniversary, special birthday, or any special occasion.
Indeed.